Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing some very exciting news. As you can see, this is a bit of a surreal video to film, if I'm being honest. Obviously I've known her for a while, but it's still weird to sit down and film and share with you all. Of course I've been wanting to share it for a while, but I wanted to also wait until obviously we knew everything was safe, and so far so good. But yes, as you can see, I don't know if I put it in the title or in the thumbnail, but sorry, I'm getting out of breath, which brings me to the point. I'm pregnant, so I'm due for a little baby. We don't know what it is yet, but I'm having a baby. Me and my partner Mike are having a baby. Obviously there's a lot of things to share. In this video I was going to do a quick get ready with me. I wanted to share with you, a little bit of how I've been feeling, how it's been going, how far along I am, my due date, all of that kind of good stuff, and just catch up with you and share this with you finally. The day, no, I'm going to talk about it in a second. I was going to say how far along I am, but I'm going to talk about it in a second. So it's a bit of an exciting video. I'm just going to do a simple eye with some of my Pana palettes. I don't know what I'm going to do really. I'm just filming this after work. So yeah, I'm going to jump into the video and keep talking about my pregnancy and all of the exciting news. But before I do that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So before I do anything else, I just wanted to share. This is a little ultrasound picture. This is obviously from my 12-week scan. This is a little baby. But yeah, I'm now actually sitting at, when this video goes up, I'm going to be 17 weeks. So this is from about 5 weeks ago. But yeah, I am so excited. It's so weird to share with you guys, but I'm so excited. But yeah, let me start with doing my makeup before I talk too much. So since I'm just doing something simple, I'm just gonna go in. I'm not really gonna prime my eyes either. I'm not gonna keep this on for very long. I'm just filming this, like I said, after work. So I'm going in with my Soft Glam palette. I'm using this shade Sienna, just on my other corner. So as I've said, I'm pregnant, and it's so surreal. I am almost 17. I'm actually filming this the day before it's going up, so not quite 17 weeks, but almost, which means we still have a decent amount of time to go. So if you can hear my dog, by the way, pawing around, she's just walking around. But yeah, I'm not halfway there. Halfway would be 20 weeks if you're unfamiliar, but I'm getting quite far. I have known that I was pregnant since October. I believe the date I found out was October 24th, I think. So it's been a bit of a ride. Of course, very, very excited. It was planned. That's another story for another day, but it was very, very quick. So I'm very grateful, of course. If you are intrigued by this kind of topic, maybe skip ahead a little bit. I might put it on screen a little bit. But I know a lot of people struggle with infertility and things like that. But for us, it was very quick. We basically, like I said, it was planned, but we also kind of didn't start tracking or properly planning. We kind of just said one day, let's just stop. What did we say? Let's just stop protecting, I guess, and just see what happens. And it basically happened straight away. So again, very, very quickly, which was unexpected, but surprisingly, I mean, for me, I feel like I've been ready to be a mom for a while. Of course, we bought a house just now. The room I'm filming in is our spare office, which is also going to turn into a nursery. So I'm gonna have to figure all of that out too. But I think I've been ready for a while, but obviously waiting for life to get into place as well. But you're always worried about I wasn't worried, but with my partner, I was kind of thinking he needed a bit more time to get to that point. He's been wanting to be a dad for as long as I've known him, so I knew that he wanted to be a dad. But I think he just needed a bit more time to kind of get to the point when he was like, yeah, I'm ready. So when it happened that quickly, I was a bit like, oh, is he gonna be freaked out? All that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously I knew that he was going to be very, very happy. And he was, but honestly, he's been such a blessing. He's been so supportive. He's been so excited. From day one, he's been excited. He hasn't been stressing out. He hasn't been fuck, we're having a baby, sorry I'm swearing, can't wait like at all since, you know, since the beginning. So I'm very, very grateful for him, and so far it's been a wonderful journey. Of course it has had its downsides too. If you've been pregnant yourself, you might know the first trimester, which has been a bit of a struggle, but overall it's been a joy, and I'm so happy and so grateful, and need to get myself together because hormones, and yeah, but I'm so grateful and I'm so excited. I'm going to continue doing, by the way I put Super Somber on my outer corner, but I'm going to go in with my crease shade now, which I'm thinking I'm going to use one of my Franken shades for. But yeah, overall very excited, very, very excited. But let me talk you through a little bit of my journey. So of course I did find out, like I said, in October, I think again it was the 24th if I remember correctly. So it's been a while, and I found out relatively early. I've been tracking my cycle via natural cycles for about 1.5 years prior to becoming pregnant. So that obviously helped, and that's also kind of how we were like protecting. So when I said we stopped protecting, we kind of stopped tracking the red days, and that's kind of how it happened. But that also kind of helped me to know, you know, when to test and also that kind of stuff. I mean, I actually did test once before because I just had a feeling. Originally, I didn't really have symptoms necessarily. I just felt a bit like, I don't know if I felt different. Probably because I had an inkling, but also Lexi, our dog, was being so clingy with me, and I think that was like one of the things that really just made me think like, because she was just like, did not want to lay anywhere else but on my chest, and she's been a clingy dog since the start. But yeah, that was just very different, so that made me think too. So that's one of the reasons why I tested. Also, I just had a feeling, I guess, even though I didn't really have any symptoms, like massive symptoms at least, I just had a feeling. So that's how I ended up testing. So then I obviously tested, it was positive. I was like, no way. That's my initial reaction, was just like, no way, because I did not expect it to happen that quickly. One of my biggest fears in life have been to have issues with fertility. So I was so grateful again, and I was just like, no way, because I did not expect it to happen that quickly, but it did, and we've been very grateful since. So that was kind of the initial part. I told Mike, it was really fun. I told him in a photo booth, and we went for mini golf, and I was like, oh, I really want to take some photos in a photo booth, and then I told him. So I have actually the photos of his reaction, which is great. But yeah, you know, that's how I started. Obviously no one knew at the time. We actually didn't tell anyone really until 12 weeks, because obviously the way I ended up being pregnant, I actually ended up being about, I think it was like 14 weeks around Christmas, 13 or 14 weeks, I can't remember now. So we were like, we want to tell our family on Christmas, because our family were actually coming together. So my family, my parents, well, not my brother, my parents came here for Christmas. So it was going to be the first Christmas ever all together. So I was like, great opportunity, you know, we can tell all the grandparents all at once. So we didn't really tell anyone. So I was kind of just on our own. The only person I told was like one person in HR. But that was it. So I did struggle a little bit. For me, the worst symptoms in the first trimester was just like fatigue, number one. I was so exhausted. I couldn't like even get through a day without napping. Like during my lunch breaks at work, I have 45-minute lunch. I literally like put a timer on my watch, and I just like slept from the minute I got off until I woke up. And the worst thing about the naps was, you know, if you have a nap, you usually like feel a bit more rested. No, waking up from the nap, you felt like absolute death. I had that, and then I usually just pushed through the day, and by 7 p.m. I fell asleep on the sofa, woke up again, and I was just like, I felt like death, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed. I don't want to stay awake. It was exhausting for sure. The next symptom for me was nausea. I was lucky in the sense that I didn't like, actually, I'm using the viewfinder mirror, hopefully this is going okay. I was lucky enough not to actually throw up, but I had a lot of nausea, so that was also quite debilitating throughout. Yeah, just feeling nauseous and stuff like that. Of course, again, like, I'm lucky because I know I didn't get it as bad as others, but yeah, it was definitely affecting me. I had you know, certain aversions just got to me. Brushing your teeth while pregnant. It's been a journey. It's been, yeah, it's been a learning curve every single time. It's better now, but still to this day, every single time I used a gag, every single time. So learning curve there, heads up. I mean, I assume not everyone get it like that, but yeah, that's been another bad symptom for me. Otherwise, for me, I mean, symptoms wise, I feel like it wasn't like, that was like the main things for the first couple weeks. However, towards like, I would say like maybe week 8 or like 8 weeks pregnant, I started getting migraines, which I had migraines in the past, but like this was like a different level. Like I had migraines every day. I still get them, but I found that if I stay hydrated now, they mostly stay at bay. I had one today. But I down lots of water and that has helped, so at least that's good. But yeah, migraines, it's been the bane of my existence for the last couple of weeks. It's just been a lot of migraines, and it is obviously tiring. It is, you know, been days on end with migraines. Like there was one period where I had it like constantly from like Wednesday to Friday while working. Obviously I couldn't really tell anyone because no one knew I was pregnant yet, and I just had to push through. Luckily I did work from home on Fridays, which was the worst day, but even in the office, so tired. Actually no, sorry, this is when I was working from home during the Christmas break, so luckily I didn't have to go to the office, but still felt like not good. And then I was like, okay, finally Saturday, or like, well, Friday evening, get to go to bed, get to have a lay and don't have to get up at, you know, 6:30. So I was like, finally I'm gonna get a good night's rest and I won't have a headache tomorrow because I'm finally gonna be well rested. And I woke up on a Saturday morning, and as soon as I woke up, I just got that migraine again. Like it was just like so painful. And I remember just like breaking down crying because I was like, I can't take this pain. Again, luckily I have since then realized like that it gets better by drinking like water. And I mean, that's, you know, common. I've never been the best at drinking water, but I have definitely upped my water intake. However, pregnant women are in dire need of water. My midwife have told me that you produce a hell of a lot more blood when you're pregnant, which I already knew. Your heart beats like crazy. I've also had racing heart as well, so having your heart race for no reason, that's also been fun. But yeah, you produce a lot of blood, and basically blood is a lot of water, and that's one of the main reasons why you get dehydrated. So I've been taught that by my midwife, and she said, you know, you need to drink a lot more water than normal. So I think a lot of the migraines that I have had is just dehydration headaches. So it's nice that I'm now kind of getting into I think in general they're better now, because I find that when I have a day when I don't drink that like enough water, which like I know I don't drink enough water. Before that would have been an instant migraine the next day, whereas now it is better and I don't really always get it, or if I do get it, it's just like very light. So I can tell it's getting better, which is amazing, because that was definitely a big struggle for the first couple of, well, not first couple of weeks, but like that kind of middle period, I guess. So that's been like my main symptoms. Is there anything else that like is worth mentioning? I think that's it. Like again, racing heart has been interesting to deal with. I feel like, yeah, it's been definitely stressful. Obviously, well, I don't know if I mentioned it on my channel before, but I do have anxiety, quite like, not, I wouldn't say severely, because I know again a lot of people have it worse than me, but I get it. You know, I get panic attacks and stuff like that. So having a racing heart and anxiety has not been fun. Luckily, my anxiety has not been bad during pregnancy at all, which I'm so grateful for. But yeah, sometimes just laying on the sofa and you can just feel your heartbeat and you can feel how quickly it's going. It does freak you out a little bit, but again, nothing that severe. I would say again the worst ones for me have been fatigue, nausea and headaches. So I think that's most of it. I still, you know, feel right now I don't feel like mega pregnant all the time. Another thing, I guess, which I don't really know if that's a symptom, but it is like being out of breath, which again happens constantly, like a lot. You know, walking too quickly, talking too much, get you out of breath, like you're super sensitive when pregnant. So that's another thing that I noticed, is I get out of breath really easily. So apart from that, like I don't always feel very pregnant, which again I'm grateful for. I mean, I'm talking about now second trimester. First trimester, again, I had all of those other symptoms. So sometimes it's like you don't always feel it, but I have started getting a little bit of a bump. Some days it's smaller, some days it's bigger. In the morning, sometimes it just looks like I'm a little bit chubbier than normal, but in general, I have definitely started getting a bump, especially in the evening, which is exciting because it makes it feel more real. Of course, I know it's real and it's not like I'm like in denial or anything like that, but it does make it feel a little bit more real, which is lovely. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else to say. I did actually have my midwife appointment today while filming this. So I had my 16 week, I believe it is, but yeah, I'm almost 17 weeks. And I got to hear baby's heartbeat, which is so lovely. It is the most surreal feeling because, like, again, sometimes like I know it's real and I think about baby all the time. But then like you lay there and you hear the heartbeat and you just get flooded with like so many emotions all at once. You get like relief, you get happiness, like, I don't know, like love. And it's just like, it's a feeling you can't describe. I guess maybe it's the same thing as what people say, you know, when you have a baby, like the love you feel for them is indescribable. And maybe this is just like a taste test of what that is. But hearing that is just like, I instantly just like cry. Like it's not even like a cry, like a loud cry. It's literally just like your eyes just flood. Like it's just like you can be laying there smiling, completely like content, but your eyes just like waterworks. So it's definitely a surreal feeling. So yeah, it was very, very nice. I got to, you know, again hear that, making sure baby was okay. It was funny because she was like, you know, it might take a while to find the heartbeat, like don't worry, like it depends on how the baby is laying. And then she put the Doppler on, Doppler, I think Doppler, right? She put it on and it just straight away, which is so lovely. And she's like, yeah, very strong and happy baby. So very happy, very comforted, and that makes me feel even better making this video because I know everything's still fine. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting now. My camera needs to charge for a bit, I can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off, I'm gonna do my mascara. I just finished doing my highlighter, and then as soon as that's done, I'll be back and I will be here to wrap up the video. So I'm back and I did my lashes, brows and lips. Last thing to do is put on an inner corner highlight, and I'm actually gonna use the shade Land on the Stars from Terra Moons, which is a neon yellow, because why not? I really love that shade. I also realized I forgot to tell you, but my due date is, I don't think I told you at least, is no, actually maybe I think I would. I did 1st of July, so still got some time to go. Of course, you know, that means that I'll have a summer baby, which is very exciting. I get to be off during summer, but yeah, I'm very excited and I'm excited to share with you guys and for it to be known. If you guys are pregnant, let me know in the comments. I mean, it's probably unlikely, but if any of you are pregnant right now, let me know. Also, if you've been pregnant in the past, any tips, anything. Obviously, like, I know everyone has their own opinions, but top tips you have to give, let me know. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I am very excited. If you have any questions, if you want, by the way, any more pregnancy content, any baby content when the baby comes, let me know. I do think we are going to find out the gender at the 20-week scan, but I don't know if I'm going to share that. I probably will share it, but yeah, we'll see how we find out and what we're going to do about it. But yeah, I think we're going to find out the gender, which is very exciting, and that's 3 weeks away now. So very, very exciting. But yeah, let me know if you want any pregnancy content or any baby content. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are. And I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.